If we show ups, yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping, yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, someone be too who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. This an empire, fuck a boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new height with the same chill. Y'all too fake, I stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, hey, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Enough with this weight loss bullshit.
Take a step back and literally fuck your own face.
Let's learn about getting healthy. Let me tell you something, Thunder Twat.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2459 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yahos? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2, flexing on all you beats.
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Fucking Catalina wine mixer.
What's going on, fam? How we doing? Superman, Don, Jeff, Kara, Cerny. How we doing? Wax, C. Riley, Derek. Everyone is here. Welcome, Midnights. How are we doing? Welcome to the show. Everyone right now, no matter where you're watching, especially on the YouTubes, make sure that you hit that motherfucking like button. We are about to get into some Ask Papa Swolio Live. That's right. It is Sunday, January the 29th, which means that it is Ask Papa Swolio Live. It means that we are going to do tons of Q and Anus today. So you can start by dropping your questions in the comments down below. with the hashtag AskPapaSwole. We'll get to a lot of questions, but make sure you hit that thumbs up right now on YouTube. It helps tremendously. An announcement before we begin, before we bust the nut and everything. Make sure that you are ready for tomorrow's episode. It is private for members only. It is our weekly Swole Fam accountability meeting, the world famous accountability meeting. Tomorrow, January the 30th, 12 noon Eastern time. 12 noon Eastern time tomorrow. Be there. It'll be private for members only. And if you are bummed out about that, you can head on over to swolenormousx.com right now and join the fam today and get unlimited access to all our programs, yoga, meditation, training, masterclasses, everything, including all private live streams. Go check us out. Fuck Your Resolution specials are going on right now. swolenormousx.com. Fam, are you ready for an amazing Sleazecast? Let's see a little tainty. Let's see a little church. And very nice, we are ready for the show. We're ready. We're ready. Let's fucking go. Let's summon the Falcon. It's time for the party to start. Yes, put some respect on it. Would you smash today? Yabu. All right, it's legit. It's legit. Hashtag Swole Privilege for a chance to win today's Swole card. Yes, thank you, Leo. Thank you, you raging alcoholic. Hashtag Swole Privilege. Drop that in the comments down below. Now let's get into some questions. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Drop that in the comments down below. And we'll kick it off today with a phone call from Ashley. You are live on the Sleazecast. Go ahead.
Speedy recovery for like tennis elbow. It's really limiting me in the gym in regards to I can't really do any pull exercises, so I feel like I'm like not training my whole body equally because I don't want to injure it further. But I've been doing the ice and anti-inflammation medicine, some extra vitamins, taking care of my nutrition, and it's been a month and it seems.
All right, that was a terrible call. It sounded like you started talking before you actually recorded. But Ashley, I think I got the gist. Number one, do not take anti-inflammatory meds. Not a medical professional. That's my opinion. Do not take ibuprofen. Do not suck down that garbage. Please, anyone, do not take that shit. That stuff is fucking trash. Anyway, Therabar is great. A bucket full of rice is great to strengthen your hands. Therabar is great. I would recommend that. Also, light Indian clubs, and you can do wrist rolls, which is fantastic for tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, wrist, and finger dexterity, because those muscles that will afflict you around the elbow will cross your wrist and your fingers. So it's all related. So check out the Therabar. We have it in the Amazon store. Also, a bucket of rice is great to open and to twist, and it takes time, but I would wholeheartedly not recommend anyone take ibuprofen or those anti-inflammatory meds because it fucks up your gut, and you don't want to do that. You want to know when there's issues. You want to know when there's problems, and you can solve this inflammation by doing things like ice, but making sure that you are strengthening and giving it time for the inflammation to subside. So definitely check that out. Therabar is great. A bucket of rice is great to open, squeeze, twist, move your fingers, and strengthen those opposing muscle groups. And of course, yoga and stuff can be fantastic as well. But I personally really like wrist rolls with light wood Indian clubs. That's a great thing if you have access to those, or very light. Even the light plastic clubs on Amazon can be great too. Okay. Thank you for the question. Just make sure that you allow it to start recording first. The beginning and the end got cut off, Ashley. So hopefully there wasn't a second part to that question. Okay. Let's get a drum roll.
What's in the box?
And let's see. Let's take a question from, let's take one from Instagram. We got a bunch of calls, but we'll take one from Instagram to get through some of these. Ryan Pages. What's so bad about dirty bulking? Dirty bulking is just meaning you're eating shit. So that's an excuse to eat garbage fucking food. So I don't care if you're eating a little bit of garbage food or a lot of garbage food, you're eating garbage food and causing inflammation, a lot of side effects and issues with your gut. It's going to negatively affect your mental health, skin, joints. It's going to negatively affect your performance. Dirty bulking is a bullshit excuse. Oh, I'm bulking. I'm putting on size so I can eat garbage. You're just making an excuse to fuel your addictions. So make sure you're eating enough protein and enough food, enough calories, but you could do so with healthy food. You don't need a crazy caloric surplus or anything. It's just challenging to do it with nutrient-dense food because your body doesn't necessarily want to stuff itself past the point of satiety. So it's challenging. Smaller meals more frequently can help tremendously with that. Fuck dirty bulking. All right, let's take another call. We got one from Brittany. Brittany, you're on the man stream.
Hey, Papa Swolio. It's Brittany. It's Brittany, bitch. First, I just want to say thank you so much for just everything. I really don't know where I would be if it wasn't for your content and finding your podcast and just getting the kick in the ass that I needed my entire life. So I'm so grateful for you and the Swole fam. Just started a few days ago yoga teacher training, so really excited for this new journey. So yoga has absolutely changed my life, so I want to become more educated in it. So thank you so much again. But my question, I know this is a minute long, so my question is sauna before your workout or after? I've heard both. I'm just curious like what your preference is, and yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for the call, Brittany, and awesome to hear about your yoga teacher training. That's great. Sauna after the workout, 100,000%. I don't know who the hell is telling you to do the sauna before you train. That's if you maybe go in, if you're at a gym and it's hot and you go in there for maybe 5 minutes just to jack your body temperature up and then you warm up, but never before a workout. It's going to dehydrate the fuck out of you. The best thing to do is after. It's great after a workout. I would never do a sauna right before a workout. No thanks. No thanks. Unless you're doing some kind of hot yoga and you're kind of getting some sauna benefits just because of the heat of the class. But I would never do sauna before a strength training workout. And you're very welcome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you found the show and the Swole fam and everything and you're crushing it. Good for you. Good for you. Proud of you. All right. Thanks for the call again. Of course, I will just remind all of you, if you do want to call in, we won't be able to get it for today's show, but go to askpapasolio.com. We'll get to next calls. If you call today or tomorrow, we'll get to them on Tuesday. So make sure you call in askpapasolio.com to submit an audio recording. You have plenty of time. You have a full minute. The reason why we don't do 5 minutes is because people will give their entire life story and it'll be ridiculous and way too much information. I'll forget half of it. And if it's like 30 seconds, it'll be too short and you can get cut off. So a minute is plenty of time to ask a question. And if you don't think it is, then you haven't thought through your question enough. So take a moment, take a deep breath, right? Think through what you want to ask and then call in and ask. And we are super stoked to have you. And if you've called in already, again, I always reiterate, if you've called in already, call in again. You can call in multiple times. If you have another question, we encourage it. So make sure you do so. And it's a great thing because sometimes you can't catch a live stream. Maybe you're working when I'm going live. So you can ask a question the day before, and then when you listen to the episode later on Spotify, you can listen to the answer. Or when you watch the replay on YouTube and stuff like that. Let's take a question here from Midnight's Anthem. Papa Swolio, definitely seeing the gains from eating meat again, muscle-wise, but I've stayed at the same weight, plus or minus a few pounds. Well, that's not the same weight, is it? Should I be doing more cardio? Am I worrying too much? I really love lifting. Cool. Yeah, you're absolutely worrying too much. I'm not sure what you think, what the issue is. You're seeing gains from eating meat again. You're probably putting on some muscle mass and losing some extra water weight and water. You're going to fluctuate a few pounds day to day anyway, so that's not really accurate unless you weigh like once a month or once every couple of weeks at the most. You can do cardiovascular activity. I think cardiovascular training is important, but you could do high repetition mace or club. You could do sled work. You could do sauna. There's a lot of things that you can get. You can go for long walks. There's a lot of great things that you can do from to improve cardiovascular, but your foundation should definitely be lifting weights for sure. For show. Oh, wrong button. Let's see. Derek, Papa Swolio, do you have natural remedies for allergies? Well, raw local honey can be beneficial to mitigate allergies. Aside from that, I personally don't really have anything for you, but improving your immune system in general, getting plenty of sleep, vitamin D, all those things are beneficial. Proper air filtration too. When you're in your house or your apartment or wherever you live, making sure you have really good air filters. You could also get air purifiers that go in your bedroom and can clean out a lot of the pollen or viruses or anything that's circulating in the air. And don't underestimate, especially if you live in a concentrated area, how terrible the fucking air quality is. We just get used to it. And it's the reason why when you go into the woods, you go on vacation and you're hiking and stuff. Oh my God, it smells so good. It's because we're really inundated with pollution if you're living in a concentrated area. And that's one thing I'm frustrated about where I live, but it is what it is. Yeah. Also, doing mold checks too. You can get mold kits and send them away, or you can have someone come and test. We have to do that for the house. I have some suspicions that there might be some mold. So that's actually something that I'm going to be doing. That's another good point. Thank you for that, Nancy, in the Telegram chat. While there might be some more homeopathic over-the-counter stuff, but some of those things actually get you more dependent on those. But air purifiers can be great. We have Levoit. There's also Air Doctor. Air Doctor is very expensive, but the Levoit ones we have, Levoit, get them on Amazon. They're really good too. We have a few. I have one in the gym. I have one here. Got one in the bedroom. Got one in Mama Swolio's office. Got one in the living room, a bigger one. So we have them all over the house. Wild Shallot. Papa Swolio, what do you do for your hair? I clean it. Let's fucking go. I clean my hair. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 3 cheers for a little shampoo and conditioner. I wash it and I eat really good. Don't underestimate how important it is for quality sleep and healthy nutrition. A lot of people eat like shit, sleep like shit, and wonder why their hair, skin, and nails are like shit. And that's a huge, huge, huge thing. So I couldn't tell you what kind it is, but make sure any type of shampoo or conditioner, you want to get it no phthalates, no parabens. You want to make sure there's no artificial shits in it. Mama Swolio is also a cosmetologist, so she's a makeup and hair master. So anything with that. Oh, by the way, if you're a member in your Get Started series, you can join the Telegram chats. You can also get in the Swolenormous Beauty chat, and Mama Swolio's in there giving advice for lotions or hair, skin, nails, all that stuff. She knows her shit. So feel free to ask that. Papa Swolio, Jessica, I saw some grass-fed beef liver and organ supplements in pill form at the co-op. Are they a decent alternative for the actual organs? I understand they wouldn't be as good, but better than nothing, maybe. If they are what they say they are, then they're probably better than nothing. I would say they're probably better than nothing. We give some supplements to the dogs. If we don't have, we give them a piece of liver. They have liver and heart in their beef. But yeah, the real thing, nothing replaces the real thing. But I would say for a lot of people, especially if you're trying to on-ramp someone or a family member or yourself, or you're traveling, it could be beneficial. I would say so. As long as there's no artificial extras in them, or they don't have any heavy metals or things like that. There's always a risk when you do processing on these big machines to get heavy metals in some of these pills. But chances are it could be good. I don't know how you would actually test this and test the efficacy of these things. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely down the totem pole. It's below the quality of the real thing, of course. Kara, would you ever shave your beard? And people ask me these questions like, will you ever cut your hair? Would you ever shave your beard? Would I? Why would I? Like, why? Like, would I? I'm never going to say never, but why would I? Would you shave it for $1 million? And if someone says, would you shave your beard for $1 million? It's like, abso-fucking-lutely I would. If someone's sitting here for some reason and they had some kind of like skin fetish and they wanted to give me a brief, like $1 million, like, abso-fucking-lutely, this beard will be back in a few weeks or a month or two. Like, abso-fucking-lutely. 100,000%. Just let me film a bunch of videos first. That way it can hold me over until it's back, you know? And then people wouldn't even notice the difference, except on the podcast, and that'll be fine. Frank, would you recommend collagen peptides for joint health? I bought a grass-fed, pasture-raised bovine powder. Those things are probably hit or miss. Would I recommend collagen's fantastic? You get it in these different cuts of beef. You get it in connective tissue when you're making bone broth and stuff like that. These types of things, as long as it's unflavored or you're not getting a lot of artificial sweeteners, and if it's grass-fed, grass-finished, and how it's made, if it's like a protein powder, it depends on the processing of it. It's definitely not as good as the real thing, but again, you're going to start getting into the realm of, is it bad for you? So if there's something bad in it, then yeah, it could be bad for you, but is it going to be a negative? Is it going to be worth the price that you're paying? Are you missing out on the other benefits from taking that money and buying and making bone broth yourself and stuff like that? So would I recommend it? You know, I mean, depends on the product. That's a general thing. So when people say, would you recommend protein powders? Well, that's a vague thing. You can have like some vegan pea protein shit container, or you can have something that's higher quality, right? So it really depends on, obviously you're talking about grass-fed, pasture-raised. I mean, but again, I don't know the details of that. It could be good. It could be good. Again, it's always going to come down to what's your foundation for your nutrition? And then all these things are extra add-ons that I would recommend though, when you're adding anything like a protein powder or a collagen peptide or whatever it is, make sure you're not adding 5 things at once. So fam, get really consistent with what you're doing, get really consistent with your nutrition, get really consistent with your habits. That way, when you're adding something new, like Frank, okay, I'm getting this new thing, I wonder how it's going to work. He's only adding that in. And then he can monitor over the next couple weeks for that one thing that he's changed. If you're like, okay, if Frank's like, I'm getting collagen peptides and this, and then MSM, and I'm getting this, and you start taking them all at once, you don't know what's working or what's not working. Maybe you're taking 5 things, 4 of them suck, 1 works, but you think, hey, I'm taking all these things, oh, it's great. And then you're wasting money. So you have to just make sure that when you add things, just like the elimination diet, add things in isolation, you know, because sometimes, and here's the thing, there's a lot of, not that it's just placebo, because placebo can be beneficial too, as long as you're getting benefits from it, even if it's psychological. Sometimes we have to just trick ourselves. But a lot of times people will buy supplements. They'll buy protein powders or creatine. And because they're buying the supplements, they're also paying more attention to other things too. They buy creatine or they buy collagen peptides. And then because they're taking those supplements, they're taking care, they want to focus on everything. So they start getting better sleep. So they're taking creatine or they're taking the collagen, they're doing this. So they start going to sleep earlier because, you know, they're taking their health more seriously. They bought these supplements, they're going to the gym, they're eating better food. So what's really the benefit, or what's really doing the most? Is it going to sleep earlier every night and getting quality sleep, or is it the supplements that kind of led you by proxy to get better sleep, to focus on all these other more important fundamentals? So for me, and I will say this over and over again, the most important thing, and I think most people, this is like I know diet is really important. Everyone's like, oh, the nutrition is the most important thing, the training. I think if the number one thing you focus on is getting quality sleep every night, many, 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 many problems will just be eradicated. Sleep is the most important. Sleep's more important than food. You can go days and days without food. You can't, like, one night of bad sleep and you're fucking screwed. You're underwater. 2 nights, not sleeping for 2 straight nights, you're going to pass out. So You need sleep even more than hydration. I don't care what you're doing, what supplement, what workout. I don't care what you're doing. If you're not getting quality sleep every night, you're hurting yourself. That's really the number one thing. It's number one thing. Fuck the dieting, fuck the training, sleep. Get quality sleep every night. You're going to have more energy. You're going to feel better across the board. Plus, you're going to think more clearly. Papa Swolio, how come I'm getting brain fog? You're not sleeping. You're pretty much drunk all the time. Okay. Midnights, Papa Swolio. I've weighed once a week and it seems to be stuck in the same plus or minus 3 pounds. Context, frustrating because I come from a massive prior weight loss. I'm not at my lowest. Got to change my mindset. Yep. That's not a question. That's a statement. That's self-awareness. Just stop worrying about it. You're going to fluctuate. Lift weights. There's probably a lot of the 7 pillars that you could do better. What's your nutrition like? What's everything else looking like? What's your sleep like? All those things. Tyler, is there any difference between creatine capsules and the powder? Capsules are just the powder in little gelatin capsules. So I'm not a big fan of capsules for anything. I like the powder. I like to weigh it out myself. Plus, it's cheaper. You could put them in capsules yourself. But Derek, if I can't grow a beard at 29, will I ever be able to? I don't know. I think it depends on your nutrition. It's also genetics too. Predispositions, inherited, what your hair is like. At 29, will I ever be able to? Can you grow any facial hair? Do you have any facial hair? You might need to increase your testosterone. Do more leg days. Remember, lifting heavy weights and making sick gains will help the beard grow. And then if you have more of a beard, you'll have more sick fucking gains. You have more sick fucking gains, you have more beard. It's this vicious cycle, and that's science. So just keep that in mind.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
They are. Will, Papa Swole, I know you prioritize ground beef and steak. Goddamn right I do. But have you ever tried bison? Are there any benefits to bison compared to beef? Bison's great too. Just make sure you're getting grass-fed or pastured bison, buffalo, bison, venison, beef. Yeah. Get after it. It's good shit. Frank, follow up. I'm experiencing shoulder joint discomfort and have a family history of arthritis. I eat beef, eggs, and some fruit. Just wanted to make sure I'm getting enough. It's not just ground beef. Make sure you're getting different cuts, and I would get into more bone broth. Get more bone broth. Get some grass-fed beef bones. Get some knuckle bones. Get some tendons and ligaments, and that way you're getting tons of connective tissue and collagen in your bone broth. I gotta start making bone broth again. I haven't made it in a while. It's time for me to get back into the bone broth game. We had bone marrow last night. Which is great. You just take the raw bones, pop out the marrow, put a little salt on it. Fucking fantastic. It's amazing. It's even great if you make grass-fed beef burgers and you put the marrow on top. It's fantastic. But I would also, when you're making bone broth, you put a little apple cider vinegar because that's going to help leach more of the minerals, because bones are where your body stores, minerals and stuff like that. So you'll get more out of it. You'll get more out of bone broth because you're just breaking down the dense connective tissue in the bone. Fuck yeah. And Frank, when it comes to shoulder joint discomfort, depends on what's going on. Usually that's an overuse injury or imbalance. You getting those clubs? You getting the club action on? Today, just for the record, like yesterday and today, I do like 20 to 30 minutes straight of inside and outside circles. So I had today I did the 10 pounder, and I usually do 15, 16 reps, 30 seconds, right arm underhand, 30 seconds. I'll do 3 minutes underhand circles, and then I'll do 3 minutes of overhand switching every 30 seconds. And I did half an hour straight of that with the 10-pound club. This is great. Just high repetitions. I'm telling you, it's cool to swing. I have big clubs too, and it's tempting. It's fun to swing those now and again, but it's really important to do light maces, light clubs, and just do super high reps. You want to get into hundreds and thousands of repetitions. Just build those tendons and ligaments. Let's see. What do you think, Midnight's Anthem, what do you think about people injecting Ozempic, semaglutide, diabetic medication solely for weight loss? I think they're fucking idiots. Don't know if you've spoken about it, but it's crazy popular all of a sudden. Yeah, everyone wants to do no work. Everyone wants to do no work. That's fucking garbage. The side effects have to be ridiculous with that shit. The health implications of taking diabetic medication cannot be good. Stupid shit. People are always looking for a shortcut. These are dumb fucktards that are lazy and have money to spend. Tyler, which Telegram chat do Swole Fam posts get submitted? I mean, the Swole Fam Telegram chat. Kara, have you ever seen My 600-Pound Life? I'm aware of the show. I don't want to watch it, but I've seen it. But no, I don't watch it. All right, let's take another call. We got one from Adam. Adam, you're live on the sleeves.
Given an injury, what is the best course of action for recovery and or not losing gains and momentum? For example, I've injured my lower back and I'm interested, I want to keep training, but I'm advised by some people, take a hot minute and just relax and chill and don't train at all. And others say, keep things within parameters as long as it doesn't hurt. And so I'm just wondering, what would be your recommendation? Stop completely for a few days or keep moving and do something? What do you think?
Good question, Adam. It depends on the injury, depends on the experience. A lot of times people rest for a few days or a week. The inflammation goes down. They go back to the same shitty things that caused the injury in the first place. So it really only matters if you don't want to cause pain, like cause real pain, but you want to be addressing the weaknesses that led to the injury in the first place. So it depends on if you had a car accident and boom, that impact injury, or you just start having back pain. My back hurts. That's because you have a weak back. That's because you have a weak hips. You have weak knees. You have weak ankles. You're not practicing mobility. So I don't know if you're practicing yoga, Adam. You definitely don't want to work through pain, but of course, training through discomfort is an important part of training. So there's good pain and bad pain. I'm going to leave that up to you to determine what's like, oh my God, that hurts. But things like Jefferson curls, Nordic curls, hip bridges, any sort of ankle mobility like deep yogi squats, getting your heels up on plates, just spending a lot of time there, couch stretches, reverse Nordic, so you're really stretching out your quads. There's a lot of things with like the inner thigh. A lot of people, their adductors are really, really tight. So frog pose and frog stretch. A lot of hip mobility and hip yoga classes. We have a lot of those in the yoga studio in Swolenormous X. We have a ton of yoga classes that focus on the hips and the groin area. That's very important. But anytime you have an injury, when you say, oh, should I work through it? Should I work within parameters? It depends on the injury, because if you have a back injury, it's really hard to work around that. There's not much that you're going to do that isn't going to target and implicate your lower back. If you kind of, your elbow kind of hurts. You have a little tennis elbow or something that flares up. You could still do certain leg exercises. You might be able to work around certain things with certain injuries depending on the severity. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, should you work around it? It depends, because a lot of people say their back hurts or they hurt their back. What does that mean? You can't get up, you're lying down, or like, oh, I kind of tweak. It's such a vague thing, and everyone's perception of an injury, everyone's understanding of an injury, everyone's starting point, how strong or how mobile they were before the injury, depends on how supple your connective tissue is, because you can heal quicker. It really depends. It really depends. So your nutrition needs to be on point, to be hydrating. If you're not practicing yoga, that's the best thing that I can tell you to start, is to start practicing yoga, just because sitting here and breaking down individual exercises is going to be a tall order that it's probably not going to translate through on a podcast. But I would start getting into yoga, because yoga is a great blanket term for any kind of class. You could take them free, find them on YouTube. You could go to swolenormousx.com/links, try a free class. You could join us in Swolenormous X. We have almost 300 yoga classes that you can stream on your TV or your phone. And we have tons for hips and twists and rotation that work on all different parts of the body. So, fam, what's your favorite yoga class? Those of you that are members, what's your favorite yoga class, if you know it off the top of your head? Yin yoga is great. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Terry, it costs $1,300 per month for Ozempic. Really? That's a lot of money. So it sounds like if you're living in Beverly Hills, you're going to be spending that kind of money and probably buying it all up. And of course, if you don't have a lot of money, but you have insurance, it's probably going to cover it. So yeah, it's wealthy people that are fucking lazy. That's stupid, trendy, fad shit. It's stupid. Do not take diabetic medication to compensate for your lazy fucking ass. For fuck's sake. Tyler, do you see this podcast being on YouTube as time goes on? How the fuck are we still here? Well, I mean, I think I get to play in my sandbox. I think it's probably because there aren't as many. I think it's probably because I've offended. The reason why I think my channels are still on YouTube, and they have been, even though I got I'm super fucking censored and throttled to shit. Obviously, we get limited views for live streams. No one gets notified. The Swolenormous page, everything's really restricted. But it's because I was offensive on YouTube before the hardcore censorship and the ban hammer happy shit. So I was doing offensive shit in 2016, 2017. I had horrendously offensive content. So I think from the beginning, the channels were kind of compartmentalized from the algorithm standpoint. So there's a benefit. There's a benefit for not getting ridiculous amount of reach to non-followers. In other words, there's less people that are likely to come across it and be offended unless they come looking for it. They're not going to be like, hey, you might like this. Oh my God, my feelings. Because remember, these apps don't want to show things to people. They want to show things to people that get them to engage and get them frustrated. But they don't want to show things to people that they don't like, because then they'll stop watching YouTube. They'll stop going on these apps. So if you're always getting shown stuff that you hate, Twitter, on the other hand, people get frustrated and they talk back. But if let's say you're watching a TV channel or Netflix and they just start, which is true, they just start making content that sucks, you're going to stop watching Netflix. So it's in YouTube and Instagram and these platforms' best interest to show you things that you like, or at least that keep you on the app longer. And if it's showing you stuff that you don't like, you're going to stop using the app, and they can't sell advertising space and steal your data. So there's that. So I think we're just kind of compartmentalized, and there's benefits to kind of flying under the radar. But if we're not on YouTube, then we're already on Rumble, on Odyssey. And if it's all blocked, I'll stream directly to the website. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're going to keep on streaming. But I'm not depending on YouTube being around. It just is. We're still on it because we're still on it. But I'm not my fingers are not crossed. So if they kick us off, they kick us off. Jessica, YouTube does not want me to. Case in point. I don't know if you guys have any experiences with the YouTube. Drop in the comments. I'm interested to hear how they're shadow banning me. It's not even shadow. It's out in the open. YouTube does not want me to watch this live. It keeps switching to different videos. It's getting annoying. So you're just watching it and it's just changing it. Wow. All right. Interesting. All right. Julian, Papa's like, I got this. Nothing can stop the Swole fam. It can't. It's true. Nothing can stop the Swole fam. I mean, if I stop doing it, that's the only way the podcast will stop is that if it stops. I can just make the podcast and post it audio. Let's say, the video can be uploaded privately on Swolenormous X, or it can stream to a platform that will allow it to stream. Or let's say all the podcast apps, no, we're not going to share it. Fine. Then I will share the RSS feed and I can host it wherever I want. And then you can install, or you can input the RSS feed into the podcast app of your choice and listen. It's they can't stop it. If people want to listen, then I'll keep doing it. So. But it is what it is. I don't think at this point, I don't know. I think at this point, I feel like we're just going to be on YouTube. Why all of a sudden now we're going to get censored? Just saying, what else? What else am I gonna? What else am I gonna do? That's gonna be, well, now you're banned because, like, what? What else do I need to say to get banned? I feel like anything I've already done is plenty of reason that they can use. That's it. Derek, when do you think the government will not blame obesity on genetics? Well, I don't even think that argument started yet. Like, I mean, it's like, I don't even think it's peaked. I think it just kind of is hitting the mainstream with that stupid 60 Minutes bullshit. First off, if you're watching 60 Minutes, you're 1,000 years old. It's completely irrelevant. What a boring fucking show. Like, you're only watching that if you're over like 80 years old. Click, 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 click.
Today, this week, on 60 Minutes.
Jesus fucking Christ. No one under 50 years old has an attention span for that shit anymore. Podcasts are a lot better. Podcasts and conversations. So people love long form content, but they're going to listen to Rogan and Andrew Huberman and Lex Friedman. They're going to listen to people that are intelligent and have conversations with, leaders in the field. So anyway, after that clip that went viral, obesity is on genetics. That's just getting ramped up. So now that it's been on 60 Minutes, all the mainstream media is going to use that as, oh, it's proof. It's true. It was said on a show. So it must be true. Julian, LMAO, I can just picture Papa sending out essays if all telecommunications go down. I'll be on the side of the street. It's like, extra, extra, read all about it. Go to the fucking gym. I'll be out there with my little Newsies hat. Go to the fucking gym, you fat fuck. It'll be like Life of Brian. I'll be one of those like Messiah, just preachers like in the back streets on a soapbox. Just preaching sick fucking gains. Stephanie, my boyfriend just had a whole deer processed. It was wild hunted, but I know that people in my area put out deer corn. I'm not sure if we should be eating it or not. Deer corn? What's just corn for deer? I'd be more concerned with, what is it, CWD? How do you test for that? Those prions. How do you test for, was it chronic wasting disease? How do you test for that? Is it something that's in the area? Or do you have to, any of you that are hunters, how do you check for that? Or how do you watch out for that? All right. Mike Miller. As I learned more about creatine, was thinking about trying it. Was wondering if you know any difference between powder. I just answered this question. Powder and pill form. Pill is just, is that a joke? Maybe you're trolling me. Pill is just the powder in little gelatin capsules. Just take the powder. It's cheaper and it's easy. Just take 3 to 5 grams a day. You're totally fine. Creatine is like a basic supplement. It's not going to be negative on your kidneys or any shit like that. Unless you have major, major fucking organ failure already. I've been taking creatine for 23 fucking years. It's fine. Oops. Sorry, Chorley. My churchy. I got coffee. Sorry, baby girl. Did we show you today? Did we show you off today? Did we show you off? You looking so cute? Smile for the camera. Oh, you're so cute. Aww. And let's get a little tainty man. Oh, Rufus Tainty boy. Oh, tainty man. All right. So we did this one from Adam. So let's do another call. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. This one's from Gail. Gail, you're on the line.
Good morning. My name is Gail, and I'm trying to figure out why my scale is not going down. I have been exercising. I do feel muscle. I've been watching what I eat, but my exercises are limited because I have bad knees and a bad back. But I've been faithful. Why isn't that scale going down? Please help.
Well, thank you for calling, Gail. I'm going to give you a couple things. One, I have no idea because what you told me doesn't really give me any information. Watching what you eat is very vague. And usually that comes down to probably just going to say it. I appreciate it, but tough love here on the Swole. It's probably not what you should be eating. So what I would do, Gail, is call back in and give me like a breakdown of what you're eating in a day and be honest. Be honest. What you're eating, what you're doing for exercise, limited or not. Inside Swolenormous X, for example, if you want to join, we have chair yoga. So it works on your knees, it works on your back. Mobility is very, very important. So quality sleep, the scale, you're over obsessing with the scale. The scale is not really what's important, but your strength and your stability and your balance and your nutrition and your sleep, those things are much more important than the scale. So please call back in and give us a breakdown of what you're actually eating. The food quality is much more important than the quantity. Food quality matters, and people dramatically underestimate how much they're eating and how bad their diet actually is. And this is not to discourage you because you're being faithful, but if you're being faithful to poor choices because you're just not aware of what you should be eating, that's not going to help you. So call back in and give us an update on that. Thank you so much for calling in, Gail. Thank you. And I say that with confidence because I have helped thousands of people make these changes and lose fat, build muscle, and get rid of inflammation, things like that. And even from all my years personal training, when people tell me they eat healthy, it's just the biggest red flag. I eat healthy. Oh, tell me. No, I eat really good. I eat really clean. Tell me what's up. And it's usually shit. And it's not that. And the thing is, people sometimes take it personally. And don't take it personally. Because the thing is, you think you're eating well, or you think you're eating healthy, or you think it's clean, whatever the fuck that means. And it's usually shit, or it's shitty choices. They'll tell me about their salads and their fucking bread, and they'll tell me about their quinoa or their couscous or whatever the fuck it is. They'll tell me about all these vegetables and shakes or bars or whatever the fuck it is. So when someone tells me they eat healthy, that's the biggest red flag because chances are they're not. Most people don't. Most people don't eat health. And it's not about eating healthy. It's not about eating clean. It's about eating the right foods. Now, what are those right foods? Well, there are some great places to start, but the elimination diet helps you customize. But there are certainly certain foods that are going to be much better choices across the board than others. So anyway, hashtag Swole Privilege for a chance to win today's Swole card. So anytime someone says they eat healthy, it's like, yeah, but how are you defining that? A lot of people think that eating healthy is eating some kind of, they'll say they're eating healthy and then they'll tell me that they're eating, I don't know, Aunt Annie's or some organic mac and cheese or some shit. So yeah, that doesn't register at all. Like that doesn't hold any weight to that. Okay. Yeah, Loretta, they think diet soda and popcorn is good. Now, I don't know exactly what this lady was eating, but so without details, I can't make a judgment. Nancy, no, Papa, it's capitalism or the patriarchy or something. It's probably...
You can be fat and be healthy.
What's the difference?
I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
It's got to be both. But there's a bunny on the label. That means it's healthy, right? Oh, the vegan stuff? You know, when they say no animal testing on products, I think that's terrible. Personally, I think that's terrible. I mean, I'm an animal. You should be testing these things on animals. How do we know if it's good? No animal testing. What the fuck what are you testing this on? Are you what are you testing these products on? No animal testing. Why? Why? Why are you not testing these on animals? How do we know if it's good for us peoples? Test them on animals. Test them on the bunnies. Test them on the bunnies. If you put on a bunny and it just burns right through their entire body, like, whoa, good thing we tested that. I'm kind of joking. I'm
a fair guy. Heat is making me absolutely crazy.
Not tested on animals. What are we testing this on? I'm concerned. Connor, you're on the sleeves. Oh, Connor, hello.
I've recently started dieting, and I lost like 5 pounds in 1 week, but I ate no carbs and I felt sick, and I want to know if that was normal or not. And also, by the way, I'm 13 and I'm 130, trying to hit like 110.
There is a lot to unpack here, bro. First off, thanks for the call. And one, I'm impressed that you're paying attention to this kind of stuff at 13. But one, what the fuck? You're 13. You're trying to 110. 110, bro. You need to be lifting weights and eating enough protein and getting exercise. And, you're going to, don't overdo it, but start learning how to lift weights and take care of yourself. 100 pounds. Jesus Christ. Again, is another thing. It's normal if you cut carbs to lose some water weight. So it's water weight. Stephanie makes a good point. He might be, I don't know if you're a wrestler, you didn't mention that, but if you're wrestling, then yeah, you might have to cut weight, but wrestling is cool, extremely unhealthy. I really think like high school wrestling and making weight, it's super dangerous. I'm not a fan of it. Just saying. Not good. You should not be doing that kind of hardcore water weight loss when you're 13. I mean, I think that's a huge red flag against wrestling. I think wrestling is great for wrestling, but you should not be doing things to make weight. You should not be, stressing the body out like that, nutrition wise. If that's the case, but we don't know. Anyway, yeah, I mean, if you're cutting out carbs, you're going to lose water. That's standard. So that's normal, but you should be lifting weights, putting on muscle. And can I be honest with you? I mean, fuck that shit. Get into like jujitsu or something if you want to do that, but put on some muscle, lift weights, and get healthy, man. I don't like the sound of those weights and those numbers and how old you are. You're growing. You need to be giving your body plenty of fuel. I'm not a fan of that. Thanks for calling. Those are my opinions, but I wouldn't be cutting 20 fucking pounds when you're 13 years old. I don't know how tall you are, but 110, like, my God, that's like, no, you need to put on some muscle. Eduardo, you are on El Daily Swole.
I really appreciate the content that you make every day on your channel, on your Instagram. I am Italian, not living in US, but I am Italian living in Italy, and I would like you to send a message to my peers and friends that struggle to go every day to the fucking gym. So it would be really nice from you to get it translated, because my friends are not very good at English. So it would be really great if you can just say it in Italian. Vai a questa cazzo di palestra. I think most of my friends would appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Well, Eduardo, I appreciate that. I will be honest, we've been putting together a bunch of translations. I'm going to be making a big series of videos saying go to the fucking gym in different languages. I will be honest, I have no fucking idea what you just said. I'm not going to even try to repeat it right now, but I will do it. And by the way, I'm just going to announce it here. So let's do this. I'm not sure exactly. I think we'll do this with the AskPapaSwolio.com. So a lot of you, and I did want to make this announcement. I was going to swole text it and I was going to message it in the Telegram. But let's get a lot of you. So I want to collect. I want to use the proper vernacular. I want to use the proper vernacular when it comes to. So I want to get a lot of you Swole fam. You might speak different languages. So drop in the comments down below. What languages do you speak? So I'm going to, obviously, I got English on lock. We do have someone for French. I guess we have that for Italian. What other languages do all of you speak? And then we can even get that started now. Just go to askpapasolio.com and submit the audio for like that language. And yeah, so I'll be making a bunch of videos. That was the plan. So if you speak Russian, cool. Then just make it, just enunciate it and like make it clear. Like, you know, don't just say it because I'm going to have to repeat it. All right. Ooh, Julian, if you need one in Hindi, I got you. Yeah? Hindi. That's not going to like. Nice. Yeah, so let's do. So what languages do you speak? Drop that. Yeah, I want to get Russian. I want German. Let's see. I want Portuguese. I want any of them. All of them. I want to get something like tribal African. I want to be like. I think that was pretty accurate, but I like to get it specific. Anyway. Yeah, we're going to do that and then make shirts and stuff like that. So that's the plan. Anyway, so we'll have to source that, but you can even go ahead. You can even go right ahead and call in and be like, okay, go to the fucking gym in Russian is. See, exactly. Tyler's got it. Bulbul Richebko. There you go. So I don't know. I can't hang with Cyrillic. Yeah, let's get the Polish translation. All of them. Yeah, get the Polish. I'm saying I need the slang and the vernacular because it's not like something Google Translate's gonna give me accurately. And I don't want like, you know, really formal language. No, I want what you would say to your friends in the language. All right. Lupe, I'm on week 2 of 90 Day Dash. What should I do on days 6 and 7 where it says intuition? Should I train hard or not since I can't see week 3? It's your intuition. What do you feel like doing? Do you feel like training? Do you feel like doing some more mobility? Do you feel like doing some swolga? Do you feel like doing another upper body workout? Get on it. Wax, that would be good. Intuition is just how you're feeling. Fluent in sign language. I would love to do that with like the hand like. I should make a shirt in Braille. Not that you can rub it, but that'd be awesome. That'd be even funnier because you can't rub it. No one that could read Braille would actually be able to appreciate the shirt. But the irony would be juicy. Julian, I could do Arabic too, the Egyptian dialect. Okay, so we're going to have like... we're going to get like... we're going to get like fucking Sanskrit. We're going to get like dead languages no one can speak. We're like, what the fuck is that? We'll get it in Elvish. Yeah, we're going to do the whole different languages, maybe with the flags or something. Arabic too. Nice. All right. Yeah, well, that was the plan. So let's get that together. So submit it, but we need the actual proper grammar too. We need the written and the word. So maybe we can do that in the Swole Fam Telegram chat. My boo can do Gaelic too. Yeah, I'm down for all of it. I just have to say it too. So I have to make sure that I'm not butchering it. I probably will, but that's okay. I'm pretty good with accents if I practice enough. All right, Eduardo, I appreciate the call and I will say it. I have to like see it and say it accurately. I'm not going to butcher your amazing language. Okay, we got one more call from Mando. Morse code, exactly.
Oh, cool. It's recording. Hey, Papa Swolio. Can you say go to the effing gym in other languages? Yeah.
We just did this. That's funny. That's funny. That's like the same thing. All right. So good question. We're going to end it there. So yes, that's the plan. If you want to submit, if you speak different languages, just make sure you're enunciating correctly. The thing is, we also need to get the text versions of it too. So go to askpapaswolio.com. And if you want to say, just make it clear what language you speak. Like I said, we want popular language. I mean, I'll do all languages, but we want the most popular ones first. So let's get, I don't know if anyone does Chinese or Japanese. Let's do Hindi. That'd be awesome. Let's do French. We have French. Well, we have that already. We can get Spanish just to whatever language you speak. You can submit it. And if we get the same ones, we can cross-check them and whatnot. So yeah. What language you got? What languages you got? What languages you got? What you got? What you got, fam? Korean? What you got? What you got? AskPapaswolio.com. What languages you got? Say go to the fucking gym. We'll get it done.
Fucking people.
What about Telugu? Most of the bodybuilders? Sure. I mean, there might be like 3 people that are like, yeah, nice. Any language. I don't care. I'll do any language. I would like ones that most people, let's get the popular ones the most. I'll do, all of them are fine. Yeah, let's do Spanish, French, German, Russian. I mean, any European language, Hindi, all those. I mean, all languages they're good. English I got. So you want to submit it, askpapaswolio.com. Yeah, check. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Polish, I'm down. All right, let's give it away. Swole privilege, here we go. Japanese. Konnichiwa, beaches. Here we go. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Come on, fam. Go to the fucking gym. Oh, who's got some swole privilege? I think she does. Kara. Alexis. Congratulations. Swole privilege. All right. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2459 in the subject. Your mailing address in the bio. The email. Thank you so much for playing. We'll take some soundboard requests. And Kara, if you have a soundboard request, drop it in the comments below. Oh, let's see. Fantastic. Oh, I got Macedonian. Odivo Ebenata Deretana. Oh, go to the fucking gym, dude. Go to the fucking gym. I don't even know how you pronounce that, though. That's the thing. That's why we need the audio. I need to know how to pronounce that.
I am the danger.
I'm just trying to figure out the best way to source these. I think with askpapaswolio.com, but we just need the text. But if you put your email in there first, then we can get the email, the written. It has to be accurate, though. I don't want it to be incorrect and everyone's like, he said it wrong. Oh, that's not. You don't actually, pretend. It says go to the fucking gym. And you're like, ha. It says I'm a stupid head. I'm a poo-poo brain. So we're going to cross-check it. We're going to make sure it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Inconceivable! Emotional damage!
Oh, Newberry. My pre-workout is going offline. Am I your pre-workout? Let's fucking go. Do I get you fucking amped? Do I get you amped?
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. Shut up, bitch!
There we go. Oh, Churchy. see that, Tyler? You see this? This is different than what you already put. So I don't even know which one's which. You already put that. You already wrote go to the fucking gym before, and it looked different. So what do I do? Vete al chingado gimnasio. But I heard someone else in Spanish say something different the other day. I was testing it. So we got different slang. And everyone's gonna be like, that's not accurate. No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. Coast to coast. Ah, there we go. Very nice. Let's get a little golf clap. All right, let me crank up this hog. Bam. All right, we have an amazing accountability meeting tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. If you're not yet a member, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Join us. Make sure you check out the last DWG available now in Swole TV that we've dropped in the overtime segment. We also have some brand new merch like Breaking Swole over there. papaswolio.com. Use code Daily Swole for 10% off. Now, everyone here is dropping all these different languages. I don't know what the fuck it is. You see, I need to really understand it. I need to know what the language is. I need to know how to say it, because if you just write random letters and consonants, I'm like, that looks like gibberish. So most of these other languages, because I'm an American, so everything else pretty much looks like Tolkien Elvish. So, you know, you put little symbols and O's with lines through it and shit. It's like Jorgensen. I don't fucking know what it is. All right. So I need to know how to pronounce it. We'll figure it out, but we have to do it properly. It's got to be done right. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow, let's see, Monday, January 30th, 12 noon Eastern time. We'll see you for the accountability meeting, and we'll probably talk about it more then, right? We'll talk about it more then. Julian, where can we send it to? Like, I think askpapaswolio.com, you know, we could do the audio recording, but we need the text too. We'll have to figure it out. Yeah, Tyler's over here he's like, Pimnimbit. I don't know what that is, bro. Pimnimbit. God, fucking Russians. God damn it. All right. I love it though, but we're going to do it. So maybe we'll talk about it. I have to think about it today. What would be the best way? Because we need the text and we need the audio. So maybe we'll create a new audio submission or something. We'll have to do it right. We have to do it so we can get the visual too, the written. So we got the accountability meeting tomorrow. So why don't we talk more about it? Everyone, especially Swole fan members, be there tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. And a lot of you are members and you speak different languages. So Julian, everyone be there and we'll figure it out. And then we need to get a master list. So I'll have some thoughts. We'll put it together and we'll get it done. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Out. Tomorrow. GTTFG worldwide. Patience.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in a fanny pack, couple hundred in a Louis bag.
That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in